What's up, everybody? You're talking to one and only Jason Christ, Jason the Baptist, Jason the Holy One, he who is holy, the one and only, you know me, just Jay, right? So, what I'm going to talk about today is something kind of, I don't know, some people kind of going to look at me like an asshole, and other people are going to look at me like, but it's kind of the difference between, it's about a mindset, the mindset of broke versus poor, okay? Now, I'm going to be the first to say this. I have been broke many times in my life where I've been like, oh fuck, I got like 2 nickels to try to rub together, but I got to try to make those 2 nickels into $1, you know? And the most of us will be there in life. But I grew up with the mindset kind of forced on me, if you will, that I was poor. Now, here's the difference. The poor mindset is that you're basically stuck. You're fucked over. You're stuck in a world where no matter what you do, you're never going to be able to get you're never going to get ahead. You're always going to live in a shitty house or have a shitty car, whatever it is, you know. You're poor. Now, I call it 100% mindset. 100 fucking percent. Because if you believe that you're poor, you're always going to be poor. Because you're going to put yourself into that little box that says, I can't do this, I can't do that. Oh, it's because of this person, or it's because of the government, or it's because of Biden, or Trump, or whoever the fuck you want to blame, but it's going to be blaming everybody but yourself, okay? Now, being broke. Like I said, I have been broke many times in my life, but I've never been poor, okay? Because I've gone, good example, at one point, I had a fuck ton of money saved up. Fuck ton. To me, a fuck ton of my world. And then when in 2009, when the economy crashed and the stock market crashed, I went from having a fuck ton to very little. And you know what? It just is what the fuck it is. You know, you can't really help that shit. It just happens. But at the time, I was gambling. I was thinking with my greed, and I wasn't thinking with something as simple as my logic. Logic would have been like, don't invest in all this shit that's gonna fucking says I'm gonna get these great returns, which I was for a while. Invest in something more solid like gold and silver, tangible items, you know, and actual shit you can put in your safety deposit box, not shit that just exists within ones and zeros, you know? So I went from thinking I was pretty well off to being broke. Yet I was never poor. You see, because I went back and I said, okay, everything that all just fucking sucked. But rather than get stuck in a box like, woe is me, oh, it's because of the government, or it's because of this or that, and the stock market's not meant for regular people type shit, I didn't go for any of that crap in my mind. I said, okay, cool. I was a fucking idiot. I gambled in a sense. And this is really bad. Coming from Las Vegas, I'm used to seeing billion-dollar casinos, right? They don't build that shit off the winners. And neither does and Wall Street didn't get built off the winners of Wall Street. They expect all of us in the middle usually to lose a bit, and then there's a very select few that make the $1 trillion. And if you don't believe it, well, then, you know, the 1% situation and nothing trickles down. That part is real, but it's nothing to do with being poor. That's just the reality of our economic system. But to the point, I went back, busted my ass, hustled hard, if you will. Remember, hustle fucking hard. That's the name of this movement, hustle hard. I went back and I said, you know what? I'm not in a box. I'm not poor. I could hustle burgers if I have to hustle a burger. I could fucking buy a taco stand and hustle tacos if I have to fucking hustle tacos. But I'm gonna hustle. And so that's what I did. I went out and I said, okay, I'm in a tattoo and body piercing world. Man, I fucking advertised like a motherfucker on all my social media, did everything I could, and I started stacking my chips again. You know, that's what you have to do. You have to figure out where it is that you're at and what your abilities are and your capabilities. For example, if you're just somebody who pushes a fucking button and the machine goes cha-chunk, chunk at your factory, you know, you're no more important to the factory or to the company than that single machine. Good example, I got family members, I guess you can say, that put their faith in the old company store, if you will. And in the end got fucked over pretty immensely because, as far as I'm concerned, when it comes to companies, you're only as important as, you're basically only as important as the last thing you did for them, first and foremost. You're only worth whatever it is you did last. And regardless of how important you think you are, you're always just an interchangeable part on the assembly line, regardless of whether you're a CEO or a fucking guy who pushes a button. So that's why I'm 100% about always hustling, always trying to figure out your own hustle and being an entrepreneur. You don't have to come up with the next biggest, best thing. Sometimes all you got to do is take something that's already existing and say, hey, how can I make this better? How can I make this more usable for the regular people out there? And actually, that's where more money is at than inventing a new next big thing. Pretty much sounds fucked up, and a lot of times I kind of believe it. There's very little that seemingly hasn't been done out there before, But that's the difference. If you're in that I'm poor mentality, you ain't gonna never do that shit. I've got some really good fucking homies that have some brilliant fucking ideas for shit that they can do. And I'm like, dude, I'll help you. Let's get on this. Let's do this. Oh, it'd never work and never do this and never do. I've been like, damn, man, maybe I should steal your fucking idea and do it for you. But I don't do that because that'd be fucked up, But I have some friends with some great ideas for apps, great ideas for, hell, a buddy of mine had a great idea for fucking a fishing string to put his fish on, a stringer for his fish when he goes fishing because he likes to fish a lot. Little things like that. But the mindset keeps everybody down. You have to get out of the poor mindset. If you are in a mindset that you're poor, you're always going to be poor. If you're in a mindset that, okay, I'm broke right now, but I can fix this shit, you're going to fix that shit because you have no other option but to fix that shit. You could, it's easy to bitch. It's easy to whine. It's easy to be like, woe was me, and blame everybody else for all your problems. But like I've told you before, part of the hustle hard movement is the acceptance that everything that sucks in your fucking life is due to the choices that you've made in your life. Everything that's good in your life is due to the choices that you've made that were good in your life. If you're fucking half-ass at your job, it's because you want to be half-ass at your job. You didn't put forth the effort to become the best possible fucking whatever it is you do person that's there, Not in my world, if you're the best piercer, the best tattooer. Although I will say, best tattooer is kind of funny because, there's always somebody who's like, oh, I'm one of the greatest tattooers. And a 20-year-old kid who fucking learned off of YouTube fucking comes out and blows everybody away. Actually, I fucking love that in my world because some of these kids are just driving they're bringing the world of tattooing to a whole nother fucking level. Especially living here in Miami, where I meet so many people from like fucked up kind of like Bolivia and places like that, or Colombia, Venezuela, and fuck Argentina. I meet all these people from countries that, you don't really fucking expect. And all of a sudden you're looking at it and they're like, they learned off of watching YouTube videos from America and stuff. And you're just like, wow, these people are amazing. And, that's what's really awesome about my industry is it keeps it fucking moving like that, But it also is kind of one of those things where you can kind of go almost into a poor mindset and say, well, fuck, I'm never being as good as that person, So blah, blah, blah. But I say go back into your broke mindset on that and be like, okay, I might not be able to do that extreme fucking realism like this guy, but what is it I do? Okay, what if I do American traditional like a motherfucker? So then, that's your niche. That's where you advertise. That's where you get your shit going. That's what you do, You get it out there, it's kind of like Field of Dreams. If you build it, motherfuckers will come. Plain and simple, There's always somebody who's into the same shit you're into and willing to pay for it because they don't know how to get it otherwise. You know what I'm saying? So that is the broke mentality right there. The broke mentality is, yeah, I might be suffering now for fucking financially or whatever, but I'm going to get it back, and then I'm going to get it back times 10. There's that old saying, if you take a man who's a man or a woman, sorry, no, I don't want to sound sexist on this shit, but you take a man or a woman who's earned, not somebody who was given, but somebody who's earned $1 million. Just $1 million. I mean, nowadays that doesn't sound like, nowadays shit, I mean, I'll be real, it sounds bad, but $1 million is as much as it used to be, But you take somebody who's earned $1 million and then you take that money away and you give it to somebody who's been poor their whole life. damn near that person that was poor their whole life in their mindset will have that $1 million spent quicker than a motherfucker. But in that same time, that guy who or girl who made the $1 million is already figuring out how the hell they're going to hustle hard and make back $2 million. And that's the difference of a broke mentality and a poor mentality. Poor person goes out, they get $1 million, they go out and they buy an $800,000 fucking house and a new Mercedes, and the next year they can't afford the taxes. And then the government takes their shit anyway, you know? A person who's got that broke mindset says, okay, I can spend 20%, 30% on a house, 5% on a car, and then I got plenty for the taxes and at least close to 2/3 of it still in the bank. You know, that's what a smart person would do, or a broke mentality. So what I'm saying here is this. Don't fall into the reality or the mentality that you're poor. If you're stuck in the idea that you're poor, you will never be anything but poor. You will always live at a shit house. You will always probably drive a shit car. You'll always fucking have a crappy life, and you won't have this, you won't have that. You don't got the new iPod. You don't have this or that or the other. Because your mindset says poor. You're stuck there. You're going to live there the rest of your life. Hey, just being real. Call me an asshole if you fucking want. Now, if you say, okay, I may not have much money right now because I'm broke, but I'm going to hustle hard. I'm going to figure it the fuck out. I'm going to find my niche. I'm going to find where it is that I can exploit whatever it is that I have to exploit, and I can make my motherfucking money. If I'm going to be the best street sweeper, I'm going to be the best street sweeper and make my cheddar. If I'm going to be if I got to fucking collect cans and get the 5 cent, 10 cent deposit, whatever, depending on the state you live in, I'm going to be a can collecting fool. You know, that's what you have to do. No fucking ifs, ands, or buts about it. That's the difference. So, once again, this is Jason, hustle motherfucking hard, you know, coming at you. I hope this actually hits some of you, and maybe it fucking hits you in the right spot, you know. Like I said, everything that happens to you in life is because of the decisions that you've made. Like, for example, here I am right now. Living in beautiful Miami Beach, fucking Florida. I'm actually heading back to Las Vegas. I'll be back in Las Vegas this month, you know, after my accident and my injury. I'm still fucked up, still sitting in a wheelchair. I haven't got the full 100 shit go back to fucking walking yet because they're afraid of the ankle could get fucked up. But hey, it's all part of hustling hard, and I'm not a cripple mentality. If I had a cripple mentality, I'd be stuck in this shit forever. I'm kind of broken right now mentality, but you know what? That shit ain't gonna last forever because I gotta bust my ass and you know, get back to walking the minute they say I can. So, as always, you know, everybody out there, got nothing but love for you. Nothing but the most, like, fucking love job one just here. Yeah, right, whatever. But, you know, actually kind of, you know, I don't believe in any negative energy. You put that shit out there, it comes back 100 times. So, everybody out there, if you got any questions, feel free to fucking hit me up on my Facebook or my Instagram or my TikTok, or if you're watching this on YouTube, please subscribe to the YouTube channel. Hustle hard, fucking, you know, go up on there. There's a fuck ton of videos, all inspirational videos. There's some of my early videos where I did during COVID times with my fucking Jason stories with Jason, you know, story time with Jason for Not So Children's books. Those were really funny shit. But either way, check them all out. Please subscribe and hit like on there, and you know, let's make this something real, something big. So as they say in old Canada, peace out, or as we really say, pitter patter, get at her. As they say here in Miami Beach, dale dale, ciao, a la luego. And as I like to say, deuces. I'll catch y'all later. Please like and subscribe, and let's get this shit going. Merchandise will be coming soon. I'll be doing new Hustle Hard shirts and hats and shit once I get back to Vegas, which will be, I get back home on the 30th. All right, everybody. Peace.